I've got to remember not to refer to the major media as the mainstream media because they seem to be moving away from the mainstream and more towards the right-wing interest of their corporate owners. After watching the latest love fest disguised as the Republican debates on CNN, I came away no better informed on issues that affect either my pocketbook, my health, or my personal freedom. 2 hours of the same old questions directed at wedge issues designed to elicit emotional responses. After watching this charade that attempts to pass as political discourse, it's easy to understand why half the electorate don't even bother voting. Now, it is a little hard to judge if media bias is more obvious or I'm just better at seeing it, though I really don't think it's the latter. I could chalk up the whole shenanigan to the fact that the major media no longer serves in the public interest and is only serving their bottom line. And by pushing the candidates with the most money, they will be able to sell more political commercials. But then I see that the owners of those corporations that own the major media are themselves big money contributors to the same candidates. So I sense ulterior motives. Of course, it could be argued that their donations are tax deductible and therefore it's just good business. But that brings me to this. If I have an issue I want to lobby my Congress critter on, not only do I lose time and money in that endeavor, I don't make enough money to claim it as a business expense and deduct it from my taxes. Besides, issues like free speech and freedom and privacy are never tax deductible. So meanwhile, not only do these corporations write off the cost of lobbying, they write off the cost of acquiring the donations that they contribute to the campaigns. And after all is said and done, and they've gotten their favorite toadies elected, and trust me, the D's and the R's are mostly just labels, easily interchanged. They then throw their elected toadies humongous, exclusive parties to celebrate their victories, and then write that off as a business expense. So, although they get to dictate the guest list, and trust me, we common folk, we never get an invite. In reality, our tax dollars are going to pay for these soirees. Talk about living with a deck stacked against us. Now, they managed to keep this going by pumping up this illusion of the old American myth of rags to riches. You too can grab the golden ring. You too have an equal chance of success and riches. And the gullibility of the man in the street, well, suffice it to say that that is what accounts for the fact that There's no telling how many times the ownership of the Brooklyn Bridge has been sold. Practically since the day it was built. Oh, that reminds me. I'm selling timeshares on 26 acres of beautiful oceanfront property right here in Central Texas. Now, into the Circle 5.